Hello, hello. Hopefully the sound is still good as I'm readjusting myself. And you might notice I look a little different today. Well, guess what? I'm doing my part to stay COVID safe. So today there's actually a guest in my home, also known as my father. So for us to stay safe, we're both wearing masks. So you get me today live with a mask. So I am so excited to be here for you. This is a really special edition. It's part of my 4-part series of principles to put 2020 behind you and make 2020 count. And this one is acknowledgement. So last week we did forgiveness. Today we're doing acknowledgement. And we'll still have 2 more to do. And I decided it's in the theme of parents that I feel like I keep looking at this mask and I feel crooked, but I know it's just me overanalyzing. Is that I have on the mask made by my mother while I'm here with my father over 6 feet away. So let's go ahead and get to it so that I don't keep you here all night, because that's not how we're trying to roll, okay? So the first thing is I want to just tell you a couple of housekeeping tips. The first thing is if you know anybody that needs us, tag them. The next thing is sharing is caring. This is a super fitted mask. I don't think it was designed to talk this much out of. The next thing is we said tag, share. And if you're watching it later, put hashtag replay in the comments. Just let me know you're here. Just leave comments. I will happily come back to them, even if they're after we aired. So tonight we're talking about ways that we're going to make 2021 better, because I know for so many people, 2020 just felt traumatic. So much was going on last year, because now we get to say it's last year, that I wanted to do my part, I'm not going to say how many years because it makes me feel dated, but bring lots of years of experience in human behavior to you with some practical strategies of how you can have a healthier and happier 2021. So today we are talking about acknowledgement. And you might be like, hey, why are we talking about acknowledgement? Well, we're talking about it because it reminds me of the saying, if a tree falls in the forest and no one hears it, did it really fall? And in my mind, if you never acknowledge something, the question is, did it happen? And for most of us, yeah, it did happen, but you don't necessarily get everything taken care of, be it if it's something that's difficult that you need to work through. You may not necessarily get the lessons or the healing you need to move forward. The other thing is it could even be something that went well or something that you could get a viable lesson for, and you don't get to grow from it because you never acknowledged what happened. So the first thing is, if you don't acknowledge it, it's almost like it didn't happen. Or you don't acknowledge it, you don't get any of the good stuff of it happening. Because we've all had those experiences where you had that breakup and somebody's in denial and it's drama forever and ever. So we aren't doing that. The next thing why we need to look at acknowledgement is because it allows you to be able to give feedback. So acknowledgement, it works as acknowledging something that happened to you or something you did, but it's also acknowledging other people. So number one, it helps acknowledge that other people exist and that you appreciate them, or that you see them, or you're present, like literally like Avatar, I see you. Blue people Avatar, not Last Airbender Avatar. So it gives a way for you to be present with other people, but it allows you to be able to give feedback. So that way, also when it comes to relationships and also even work, is that if we are not present and we don't acknowledge and give feedback, the other person can't grow and they also can't meet our expectations. No one is a mind reader. So if we don't acknowledge other people and be able to also give feedback, no one knows what they're doing. They don't know if you like it. Did you not like it? Why'd you like it? Why didn't you like it? You know, are we friends? Are we not friends? Are you my boo? Are you not my boo? All of the stuff. The next is it allows for improvement. So it allows you to improve. So by acknowledging what happens or acknowledging even our feelings, it allows us to grow. So you get to learn your lessons, understand your emotions, increase your emotional intelligence, start learning the best ways to communicate your feelings, all kinds of stuff. But that acknowledgement, so acknowledgement of your experiences, your feelings, if you feel good, if you feel bad, if you feel indifferent, all of that stuff allows for you to have personal improvement. The next thing is it allows for celebration of wins. So if we don't acknowledge what has happened, we can't acknowledge the good stuff, because I want to remind you, acknowledgement happens for good stuff, in between stuff, stuff we don't like so much, all kinds of the stuff. So if we don't acknowledge the good things, we can't celebrate the wins, because how can you celebrate a win that you never acknowledged happened? And we all talked about all of those wins pile up, and one win leads to another and leads to us getting to bigger goals and feeling more and more successful and reaching our potential. The next thing is guess what? Acknowledging, especially when we acknowledge the things we have accomplished, the things we are able to do, the things we are qualified to do, the things that are our gifts, the things that are our skills, it helps us say no to imposter syndrome. So it's literally a reality check. You're fact checking yourself. So it reminds you how great you are. Who doesn't want to know how great they are? You know, I'm all for the great. For the record, this is not going to be the mask I wear all day. This is a dress mask that was designed to wear around and not talk in. For the record. So tonight we are just doing a quick hangout, talking about principles to put 2020 behind you and make 2021 count. So we want you to have a happier and healthier 2021, because a lot of people weren't exactly happy with how 2020 went. And even if you were happy with 2020, it doesn't mean it can't get better in 2021. So thank you all for coming. Before we do the recap, you can tag people if you know they need this. You can also share. And the last thing is, if you're watching it later, don't even worry about it. Just put hashtag replay in the comments. Thank you so much. Again, I am your host, Dr. Erica, double board certified and Harvard trained psychiatrist. And I'm just bringing you some knowledge and some nuggets so that we can get through this and make 2021 healthier. So today we're talking about acknowledgement. Quick rundown. It's like if a tree falls in the forest and no one heard it, did it happen? If you don't acknowledge it, it's like it never happened. And that can either stunt you because you're denying something that happened that you needed to process, to do something better, or to grow. Or it's like it never happened and you don't get the positive rewards of something that actually went well. So it's important to have acknowledgement. The next thing is allows you to be able to give feedback. So if we don't acknowledge the actions of others, we can't give feedback. And feedback, number one, it helps. It's our gift to others because it helps them improve. The other thing is it's also our gift to ourselves, because a lot of times when we help other people improve, it improves our relationship or interactions with them, or we just get to celebrate in the fact that they're doing better, you know, especially if you're looking at work, mentorship, or even your interpersonal relationships. If we don't give people feedback and let them know how they're doing or what things we like or what things might do better, number one, it's hard for us to manage expectations because they don't know what we want. Number two, we're not necessarily helping. It also allows us to improve ourselves. So being able to acknowledge what happened, or acknowledge how we're doing, or acknowledge things we have done, good, bad, or indifferent. It allows us to improve. So it allows us to learn from our own experiences. And who doesn't want to learn from experiences? I want to learn from my experiences. The first was it allows us to improve, but the next thing is by acknowledging, you to celebrate the wins. And you might be like, Dr. Erica, why are these separate? Well, getting a lesson and growing or improving or changing or continuing behavior that works is one thing. Celebrating the win is another, because you can get a lesson and not celebrate the lesson. So I want you to celebrate the lesson. All right, now. The last and final one is it reminds you how great you are. So, Lord Jesus, me and this mask, as I said, was not designed for all of the talking I am doing in it. So acknowledgement reminds you of how great you are. It is a fact checker. It is a reality checker. It reminds you of how great you are because you are acknowledging the good stuff too, which helps you say no to imposter syndrome. Because with imposter syndrome, you don't think you're good enough. Well, you know what? You have just fact checked it when you were acknowledging all the stuff you did. So boom, you did that. So that's what I have for you tonight. Again, thank you so much for joining me. I am your host, Dr. Erica, Harvard-trained, double board certified psychiatrist and integrative lifestyle coach. I am extremely passionate about helping you be better so that you can do better and ultimately live better. I do that through my adult telepsychiatry practice, my books, including my last book, Fix Your Fairy Tale, A Woman's Guide to a Great Life, Love, and Legacy, along with my speaking. So if you like what you hear, please follow me. I'd love to see you some more. If you haven't commented, feel free to comment, share all of that good stuff. Just let me know how you're doing. I want to know how your 2021 is going. And also if you or someone you know is struggling, or you're acknowledging and you're in the middle of acknowledgement, you're like, I could be doing a little better, or I might need just a little help, or I know someone that needs help, or, you know, if you're a professional and people are your clients and you know someone needs some help, feel free to shoot them my way. You can go to AskDrGoodwin.com, AskDrGoodwin.com for a complimentary 15-minute consultation. I'm currently seeing patients in Missouri, Tennessee, Pennsylvania, Massachusetts, Arizona, and California. I think there might be someplace else that I'm forgetting. I can't always remember my licenses. There are just too many. So thank you again. Thanks for hanging out with me. Thanks for dealing with me and my mask, because this is daddy time. So thank you for dealing with how I'm doing my best to stay safe. It's very important for all of us to do our part. It's important for us to, especially as physicians, to walk the walk that we're asking you to do. So I am walking the walk. And as you all know, I don't go places. I don't like dealing with people right now. So it's really just a mystery that I've seen both of my parents recently. But I just want to encourage you to keep doing the same thing you've been doing. It's analog. It is analog. Wash your hands. Keep your distance. Don't be going places with large groups of people. Wear your mask. Simple stuff. And we're all going to do what we can to get through this together. So thank you. See you tomorrow. I'll be back for Growth Groove at 7 p.m. Eastern tomorrow. I'll be maskless. Ha ha. Bye-bye.